workout. We are rocking a bodyweight workout. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Shelby from Fit as Mama Bear. I am a certified strength and conditioning specialist and have been a certified personal trainer for around 10 years now, which is kind of freaking me out. We are going for a really simple bodyweight workout. For those of you who joined me yesterday, you may be a little bit sore. I know I am, but it could be because I lifted in the morning too. So a little bit lower pace today, but you still don't need any equipment. Now we are hosting this through both Zoom and Facebook Live, so I apologize when I'm looking at two different cameras. And if you want the link to the video, I'm going to try and edit it and send it out to everyone who needs it. So just DM me and let me know. What we're going to do is run through the exercises first. We are then going to get warmed up and jump right into it. So our first exercise is going to be sumo squats with a pod or single leg deadlifts. I lied. So for your single leg deadlifts, we're looking at a Romanian deadlift. This is your supporter leg, your knee stays bent, and you are moving through your hips as you hinge over, keeping a nice flat back. You should feel a stretch through this hamstring, and I want you to use your bum to pull you back up. A few things I don't want to see. The rounded back. If you don't feel a stretch in your hamstring, you are doing it wrong. This is automatic feedback. You have to stick out your bum and keep a nice neutral back. If you need something to hold on to, do it with a chair relatively close by so that you can get your balance and find that stretch. If single leg's not your thing, go for double leg, okay? You can always regress it. If anything feels uncomfortable, change it up, all right? The next is sumo squats with pods, so we will take it nice and wide with our toes out. My goal here is for you to drive those knees out. So when I squat, I'm not leaning forward, my knees are not caving in. I'm opening up my legs, using my outer glutes to do so, keeping my weight in the heels, and I'm gonna pause here for 3 seconds to feel that stretch. We will then come into down dog push-ups. So on the floor in plank position, I want you to push up and get a nice stretch, and then I want you to come all the way forward into a push-up position and push back up. On the stretch, I'm looking for your head to come through your biceps and to line up and stretch out the calves, and then coming into a push-up position. And we're gonna finish that with hollow body holds. So coming onto the ground, you'll come into a pelvic tilt. That means I'm bringing my ribs to my hips, and I'm pressing my low back into the floor as I raise my legs and hold. Your regression would be to bend the knees. You should feel contraction through the front abdominals. If you don't, again, you're in slightly the wrong position, so tweak. So because it is a bodyweight workout, we don't need too much of a warm-up, but we are gonna get warm a little bit. So I want you all on hands and knees. We're gonna start just by rounding that back and then arching down. You're just trying to get some movement through your spine, nice and slow, and don't forget to breathe. And down. We're gonna go for about 7 of these. They should be nice and comfortable, no pain. And when you're done with those, find a neutral position for your back. I want you to curl, I want you to flex the right foot, and I want you to squeeze your bum and kick your foot back, bring it back in. Notice my torso is not moving, but I do feel an activation through my glutes. So I don't want to see the bump in the low back, and I don't want to see you twist into that left leg. Squeeze and kick, pull it back. Squeeze and kick. You should feel your glute warm up. Good. Need a couple more. And holding it out there, I want you to point your toe, keeping your glute engaged. You're going to come out to the side, bring it in, out to the side. We're just doing a nice easy 5 of these to warm up the glutes. We will need them today. 4, 1 more. And you do have 2 legs, so find that neutral back position. Flex your left foot, squeeze your bum, kick it back. Notice I'm not raising my left foot high off the ground. I'm not trying to be up here because then my low back comes into extension. I'm just aiming for glute contraction. And bring it in. Push it back, give me 2 more. And then you're gonna hold it back out there, point your toe, abduct, so bring it out to the side, bring it back in. You're using your glutes to do this. And you're using your core to stay nice and neutral through the low back and not have any movement. 2 more. Awesome, and then you're just gonna give me some puppy dog rotations. So hips stacked above the knees. I want you to find a stretch in your armpits, and I just want you to twist side to side, trying to move just through your upper back and not your lower back. So feeling a stretch in your lats, which is all down here, okay? A couple more. Okay. and we are going to hinge, feel a stretch in the hamstring, pull it back up. So trying to keep your hips square. We're going for 10 of these, so it is going to warm up the back of the legs. And remember, you can hold something. Notice that my front knee isn't bending. It stays relatively, it's flexed, but it stays in the same spot. There's 7, so you got 3 more. Should be feeling the back of your leg. 2, 1 more. And 3, switching legs. So keeping those hips squared. It sounds terrible, but think of one of those dodo birds that just dips through the water. So find a spot, stare at it so you don't lose your balance. I'm going to stretch through that back leg and then use that stretch to pull back up. So we are working the posterior chain quite a bit. 3, 2, 1 more. And 1, come into your sumo squat. So taking it wide, toes face out. Remember, we are pausing at the bottom. So down and squeeze, push it up. And down, 3, 2, 1, up. Make sure your knees are driving out, the weight's in my heels. I'm not leaning forward into the balls of my feet. Keep going. Nice pauses, everyone. 1. Legs should be getting nice and toasty, especially if you're driving out against those pinky toes. You should feel your outer glutes kicking in. You're almost done. We got about 2 more. 3. 1, 2, 3, and up. Okay, we are coming into push down dog push-ups. So find a plank position, push all the way up to stretch out the back of the legs, and then forward into a push-up and up. And you're just going through the flow. If you need to drop to your knees for your push-ups, do it. Ideally, I would like your push-ups with your elbows tucked nice and tight so I'm not flared out. I'm squeezing them in. And we're here for 30 seconds. All the way up, feel the stretch, forward and down, and up. Keep going, get 7 seconds. And up, last one, and up. And coming into your hollow bodies. So on the ground, we're going 2 by 15 seconds. So find that pelvic tilt, press your low back into the floor. I want you to crunch up a little bit with your upper back. It's the only time I will ever tell you to round your upper back. Point your toes, squeeze your bum, hold. Should be hard, you should feel your front core kick in. And if you need to, bring your legs in, okay? Or up, they don't need to be low or straight. And down for 3, 2, 1, tuck that belly, right back up. Nice pointed toes. So pointing your toes isn't just for prettiness, it actually engages your quads. Tuck, tuck, tuck. And down. And then grab some more. So out of all of those, it makes me laugh, that's always the hollow holds that hurt me the most. Every time, I would take heavy deadlifts and all the craziness, but hollow holds is what'll do it to me. So we got 45 seconds here before we jump into that circuit again. So a little bit slower than yesterday. It is low impact, but it should still get you working quite a bit. All right. How's it going, everyone? Excellent. All right. So let's set up for those single leg deadlifts. If you're not feeling it in the back of the leg, remember, it just means normally that your torso positioning is wrong. So think of a 16-year-old girl staring at themselves in the mirror, okay? You should be extended. So take your left leg, find your balance spot, bend the leg, hinge to come down, and pull back up. What you do with your arms is up to you. Sometimes it's easier for people to go straight out to counterbalance it. Doesn't matter as long as you are keeping those hips squared and not bending this left knee. Okay? A few more. Legs should be a little bit shakier this time around. And switch legs. So the right leg centers, the knee stays bent. hips stayed square. If you need something to hold on to, rock it. If that's what makes it so you get that tension through the other leg, that's what I want you to do. Nice flat back, so chest stays up. No rounding the shoulders. Keep going. Got 3 more. 3, 2, last one. Awesome, and right into sumo squats. Take it wide. Turn those toes out. Make sure your knees follow your toes. You cannot have toes out and knees in. So all the way down, pause for 3, 2, 1, push it up. Think of driving your knees out over the pinky toes without actually rolling your ankles. You're using your glutes. And you should feel your glutes. I also want you to focus on sinking backwards. None of this. Our bums go back first and then we drop down. And you squeeze your bum to push up and lock out. 2, 3. Should be getting nice and toasty. 2, 3. 2, 3. We got 4 more seconds. 1, 2, 3. And push-ups. So right back into it. Come into your plank. Push up into down dog. And down into a push-up. Try to bring your belly button up to your spine. So don't arch the back while you're down here. Everything should come up as one. And keep those elbows hugged tight. Exhale as you come up. Push through. We'll check our time. Almost, you got 1 more in ya. Up and through. And jump it in for your hollow holds. So remember, 2 rounds, 3 seconds in between. Bring your ribs into your hips. Low back to the ground, nice pelvic tilt. Bring it up. Squeeze your bum. It's gonna help protect your back, especially as your hips are open. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. Tuck and raise. You guys are doing great. I see everyone's toes on the video. And down. All right, round 2. So grab a slug of water. We only have 45 seconds here. We are keeping it relatively quick. And just like yesterday, there will be a bit of a glute finisher at the end of this, so you can look forward to that. And I have yet to see anyone's kids jumping in on the video today, so that's kind of funny.
Just yell upstairs to say mine needs a nap.
Mine are upstairs with a 4-year-old babysitting. That's not true, but she does get good snacks and water.
And
all right. Everybody up. Let's start with our left leg. Knee stays bent. Toe goes behind us. And we are hinging over, feeling stretch through the hamstring, which is the back of your leg, and coming up. Again, you can always hold something to make this easier. That's absolutely fine. I want to make sure that your knee's not caving in either, so use your bum muscle. Good. Got 8 more seconds. And switch those legs. So nice bend, soft bend, and hinge. Trying to keep those hips squared, so I don't want to see the other one up here, okay? They should stay squared. I'm trying to find one spot that you're looking at. When your eyes are moving is when you tend to fall over. Said from experience of stumbling all over the place. Good, and sumo squats. Take it wide, turn those toes out, and squat it down. 2, 3, push it up. Make sure you are pushing out, squeezing your bum. Your glutes and hamstrings extend your hip. So use them. It's really easy to squat and not activate anything. I want you to focus on activation. If you're gonna work out at home, that's the biggest bang for your buck. Okay, Okay, it's not how many reps you can do or what equipment you need, it's learning how to properly engage the muscles you should be. 2, 3, and up. We got one more. 2, 3, and up. Beautiful. Push-ups. I'll do it so I can actually see the clock this time. All right, nice downward dog. Bring it forward. Chest to the floor as low as you can get it by bending the elbows. Keeping your chin up. Turtle, looking and nose diving at the floor. And up. Keep it going. Now go one more. And up. Walk those feet in. Park your butt. Hollow holds. Tuck that belly. You should feel tension through the interior core, the front. Bring them up. Squeeze your bum. Point your toes. And try and straighten your legs if you can. And down for 3, 2, 1, and up. Good job. Almost there. And time. Grab some water before you think you're done. You're not. You have a whole other set of that. So we are going 4 sets today on this one. It is a little bit more low impact than yesterday. And then we will finish off with a little finisher, which is obviously glutes. So 45 seconds here before we jump back in. Whew. It'd be nice to get it out of the way this early in the morning though.
Yeah, what are you guys gonna do after this?
What are we doing? Well, I wrote down a whole curriculum yesterday, so we have a schedule now. All right. So, because that's how I thrive on schedule. All right, come into your rowing knee deadlifts. Bend that front knee and hinge over. Feel a stretch in the hamstring, bring it up. It is your last round, so make it count. Go a little lower if you can. Contract a little bit more. Good. Make sure you're breathing through them too. You're not just holding your breath. You should be able to hold somewhat of a conversation during these. And one more. Awesome, switch sides. Bend the knee. Hinge. Good. Really keeping a nice flat back. Feeling your hamstring and your glute working to support you. And the glute of this raised leg squeezing to hold the hips in place. Doing awesome. So we got 10 more seconds here. So we get 2 or 3 reps. 2. Last one. And sumo squats. Take a wide. Last ones. Drop it down, pause for 3, 2, 1. Push it up, drive those knees out as you push up. 3. You should be able to wiggle your toes at the bottom of this movement. Weight shouldn't be in your toes. It means you're leaning forward and your knees probably won't be as happy. And you're trying to sink as low as you can while driving those knees out. 2, 3, we got one more. And up. Let's go for those push-ups. So push it back, stretch it out, roll it forward. Breathing through it, exhaling on that push-up as you come up. One more. So push all the way back, forward, and up. Good. Okay. Hollow holds, finish it. So 2 of them. So tuck, get that front core fired up. Point, extend. Squeeze your bum. Get your biceps lined up by your ears. And down. 2, 1, and up. 6 seconds. 2, 1. All right. Hi, honey. Come on down. Okay, so grab some water. No, you can't swing on the straps. We are going to finish off with a little loop finisher. So the first one is bridges. Now, if you have something that you can elevate your feet on, like this box or a stair or a couch, go for elevated ones. If not, the floor is your friend. So on the floor, you would line up with your feet slightly wider than your hips, because I do want you to drive those knees out, and you're lifting with your bum cheeks to come up. You're not arching your back to lift higher. The goal is to squeeze your bum. If you have something like a step, put your feet on top. It just means that you're getting higher. Okay? We are then doing abductions. So literally old school 80s style abductions. You're going to lay on the ground, elbows under your shoulder, flex your foot or point your toe, do what feels better for your glutes, but I want you to come up, squeeze your bum. Come up. Now, you may have to play with whether or not your hip is angling down to come up or stacked completely squared upon your other hip. Do whatever feels best for your glutes, whatever gives you the most activation. And then that, we are finishing off with bear crawls. So tabletop position, you're gonna hover your knees and you're just gonna walk. Okay? So an easy finisher, a fun one, gonna be grand. So line up for your glute bridges. Feet go up on something or on the floor, and we are squeezing and lifting up. We're going for 25 here, so glutes should be burning, and you're pushing through your heels. Don't let those knees cave in either. Remember, you're lifting with your bum muscles, not your low back. If you're feeling this in your low back, you are not using your glutes. Yes. Keep going, everyone. We got 10 more. You can come down here. 5 more. 3, 2, 1. Okay? Come on down. Hi, honey. On your side. Well, you gotta come over here. I can't hear you. Squeeze your bum. Raise your leg. You should feel your outer hips on this. If you do not, try and turn your top hip towards the floor a little bit more and see what feels best. What's up? No, you can't have the straps yet. Keep it going. It should be nice and burning. We got 3 more. We are doing 20. Last one. And you do have 2 legs, so swing that around. I want you to really focus on locking, not yet, on locking out this glute, okay? And not just swinging it. It's easy to do this. But I want you to squeeze your bum. We are doing 20, looking at 8 right now. I do count with my fingers because I cannot talk and count at the same time. It's a skill I did not master. Do an awesome 15. 5 more. 3, 2, 1. And then we are coming into that bear crawl. So hands and knees, not quite. Hover the knees and walk. Okay, whatever space you have, whether that's forwards, backwards, or side to side, but I don't want those knees to get too high off the ground. And you're looking for stability. Quads should be getting warm. So that would be the front of your legs. You got 10 seconds left. Should feel your abs fire up too, having to hold you up. And time. Okay, before you grab water and get excited, we're doing it again right away. So set up for your glute bridge, whether that is on the ground or elevated. So it should be on the ground this time. Here, come bridge there, honey. Take your feet wide. Get ready to move through your bum, thrust up. You're pushing up through your heels. You're not leading with your belly button or your low back. And you're driving your knees out.
Mommy.
Okay, so there's 7.
Mommy.
Yeah. There's 10, 11. No, not yet. I I got a 2-year-old right behind the camera. If you can't see her, that's who I'm talking to. I am not just rambling. You're almost there. You have 5 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Set up for abductions. So your glutes should be nice and toasty right now, friends. So legs go up. Squeeze your bum. Squeeze your bum. Good job. I see everyone's legs flying up on the camera and it's making me laugh, which is awesome. We're at 13, 7 more. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And switch sides. We're almost done. Look at the cameras. You got 20 on this side. I got everybody in the gym now. You only get like 15 minutes apiece in this house. Yeah. After, yeah. We're at 7, 8, 9. There's 10. Give me 10 more. So squeezing the glute. Should be burning by now. Should not be overly comfortable. We got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hang on. Bear crawls, finish it. So plank or tabletop position, over the knees. Mini walks, okay? You can do opposite knee to opposite hand, or you can try and do the same side. Oh, I know, honey. Aw. Well, maybe, so can you go let her outside? You're almost done, everyone. And time. Whew. Somehow we made it through that glute circuit. Good job. And because we did work those glutes, let's give them a bit of a stretch. So we're going to come into a pigeon pose or a figure 8 pose, depending on what feels better to